Hey, Julie, it's Tori. I had mentioned to you when we chatted briefly yesterday that I would go behind and see what you've been up to. I could give you some forward moving instruction on where you've been and the success of that, and that I would do it in a video. So follow along with the little bouncing yellow ball, and I'm going to go through what you did, what I did, and what I left behind, and then we'll look forward to chatting on Monday. So as you can see, I'm on your Facebook page, and you can see now that I've created a cover for you, and I left it for you here inside your Canva account as I directed. If you opened it, I would work there, and you'll be able to see the steps that I took to create these objects so you can figure out what's in your wheelhouse and what you want me to help you with. So first of all, let's just touch base on what I updated here on your Facebook page so you don't miss out on the fact that it happened because I did it for you. You'll notice here on the call now that this is a test button and they give you choices of what you can do. You can edit this button at any point. So there's unending edits here, and the choices are website, email, lots of these things. I figured the best thing for you is if they call you, you get a chance to talk to them. That's probably best they put your phone number in. Again, it's completely editable, and if you don't want it to be phone, this is where you need to go there. Took a look at the volunteer post that you made of passion about the island. I say you got an A+ on what you did. The strategy was write something, put it up, get it done. You did that well. Number two, I'm going to draw your attention to the tabs. When we were together, I told you that these are often accumulate volunteer tabs, meaning Facebook comes up with a new application they want to give you and they add it without you realizing it. Also, this dictates the order in which your content appears here. I've edited it for you to photos showing first, post showing second, about, services, review, video, events. These can move up and down in the stack, and that affects the visual here. The best way to see that is to go here and get in the habit of viewing your page as a visitor. So it's Facebook's way of letting you look and see how it looks from the outside looking in of your store window. And this brings up a place where I'm going to encourage you to go sooner than later, and that is here, the third tab in about. That reflects over to this persistent component that currently just shows the pin map of where you're located. If you actually open this, you'll notice that there's room in here for one of those one picture, 1,500 word stories. And you can edit this as many times as you want. You can do seasonal, you can do current events, you can do photos. What I just want you to realize is that it plays a high level position in your page to an audience. And once you publish your first picture in your post, it will persistently show here. So you do want to pay attention. And it's one of those things that Facebook would encourage you to do sooner rather than later, and to let them help understand more about you. So I'm going to move over here to switch back to the view, just so you know. Now you're back managing this page, and now you're back in work mode, where things like these pop-ups, the drafts, these are dialogues the computer's having with you. They're not having it with your audience. So again, this is how to see it as an audience, and this is how to be you. So we're going to move next over to Canva, and I'm going to talk about this picture here that I created for you. Just know that in your designs, this image exists and it is fully editable. There's a couple of reasons I wanted to show this to you. One of them is solely that you can open it up and understand that what I've left behind for you is completely editable. You'll be able to see the font right here, the font, the size, the color, embolding, all of these things that I did to create this graphic overlay. This little item here, the detail, actually came out of the embellishments or the elements here that are available. If you haven't explored these are a rabbit hole of fun things. So this little detail came from free inside Canva, trying to use their tools to create all of your details, so that you'll notice over here you can download them and reuse them for like dozens and dozens of applications. So for instance, I might surmise that if you created this for your Facebook page for the spring, and you did an about story here about spring, then maybe quarterly this changes or becomes a slideshow of beautiful things around the island on spring. Can kind of see how these two could tie into a narrative that you could kind of own, that quarterly you change it, and that would give you a perspective. Anyway, it does allow you to go in and see how I did what I did so that you can figure out how much this you do want to do for yourself. So point of view, it is editable, and I want to point out this is your designs, meaning inside of these things are things that I've left you, and obviously these are things that you've worked on yourself. Uploads contains some other items I left behind for you. I mentioned I would give you a couple of watermarks like the one that you've already posted on that frame on Facebook. This one is lower left, and this one is upper right, meaning if you were to put this over any one of your images, it would of course give you the layover watermark that you're using on Facebook. I also left you one like this. Now these were all created in Facebook, so you notice the edit option is missing. So the elevated instruction is if you wanted to create your own watermark, that is, inside Canva, because these were made in Photoshop, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's say the object is to put it over a post in Facebook. So I'm going to go use this as my background. Just think of this as a start point. It's a volunteer. What do we know? The square footage is going to fit Facebook properly, and I'm just going to dump something in it. So for lack of a better selection, I just picked something that allows me to come over here and isolate the background and drop it out. So now you have, in essence, created inside Canva this idea where you have the checkerboard, meaning transparent, and your graphic laying over. So this is your chance to then go in and edit this or go over here and add in your photo, right? So this is how you would create a watermark for yourself if you want to give that a shot. The object here is that once you, let me delete that picture. Once you get this how you want it, you're going to download as a ping, which is what gives you that transparent or the ability to lay it over. That file type is called a ping. And you make sure that you've checked transparent, and then you're going to download it. How you get to use it is you cycle it back into uploads and you upload it back up, and then it nests here into your assets that you can use forward. So uploads is things you're going to use to design, and your designs are the things that you've created that are in some cases editable and in some cases not. So that's the difference between the two. So hopefully you found this easy to follow along. I do like to do these tutorials from time to time. It allows people to see how I did it, and you can play this, I said when you were here, play it on your phone or a tablet and work on your computer, follow along. That's a really good way to do it. I'm going to send this off to you, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Have a great weekend.